What's cracking, guys? And today I am joined by my favorite split personality, Nux Taku.
Yo, thanks for having me here, other self. Very cool.
Oh yes, and today we're going to be combining our forces to talk about a very disturbing but legendary Pokemon theory.
Yes, this is a Pokemon theory that's 100% fact, no memes and no opinions here whatsoever. It will be epic.
Absolutely epic. Zero memes. Nothing. Zero memes. So we have been digging into Pokemon a lot lately, and it's got more episodes than One Piece. And I thought perhaps the Pokemon developers are hiding something from us. Something disturbing. It's been done in kid shows before. Maybe look at Gravity Falls, huh? There's something hidden beneath the surface.
Yes. Pokemon has some very deep shiz in the lore, and we are here to decipher it for y'all in the most accurate and non-meme way possible.
And my first theory here is Ash, or Satoshi, if you follow the Japanese version, is more than he appears to be.
Until this point, we all thought he was a random loser Pokemon trainer that lost every single tournament. But no, he is more.
He exhibits superhuman feats regularly. He's able to jump great distances with ease, lift Pokemon that are 35 pounds like Fletchinder, 122 pounds Pignite, 158 pound Larvitar, and something that weighs 2,204 pounds, a Cosmium.
And to put that into a kind of perspective, that's 2 Snorlaxes, fam!
2 Snorlaxes in each arm. Can you imagine curling 2 Snorlaxes?
Ash is clearly a mad lad, and there's something dark going on behind the scenes.
He's even able to take Pikachu, electrocuting him constantly and not die, along with many other Pokemon attacks.
For example, Charizard flamethrowing his face, and he was just totally fine right after that.
Where's his 3rd degree burns? Something. Is there even something beyond 3rd degree? Is there like a 4th degree?
This is clearly like a 10th degree burn, and he's totally okay afterwards.
It's like Nux Taku releasing a diss track on me. That kind of burn.
Yeah, what? How did you know about that?
Wait, did you release a diss track on me? I don't think you did you?
No, not yet. Still working on it.
Wait, you are?
No, I'm not. I was kidding.
That's like, holy shit, what? Okay. And speaking of Ash dying, he's already died 4 times already in the show. Like, when Mewtwo turned him into stone and being, like, freaking sent into the Shadow Realm, but being revived later by Huo and other stuff like that. He's died 4 times.
And to put this into perspective, since we all watch a lot of anime, in Fate Stay Night, there was an epic line stated by Shiro Emiya saying, "People die if they are killed." So if Ash was a person, one would presume he would stay dead if he was killed.
The reason he is capable of all these things is because he is a Pokemon himself. But not just any kind of Pokemon, a legendary one. Evidence that he is a Pokemon includes his ability to understand almost every single Pokemon, even upon meeting them for the first time. No bond required. In the movie, he was clearly able to understand his Pikachu. Why? Because he is a Pokemon himself.
I see no other logical explanation to this.
And we all know that Pokemon are capable of speaking to one another and understanding them.
Yes, in fact, when we took a deep dive into Ash's psyche in that Pokemon movie, we heard Pikachu actually speak, and the audiences around the world went crazy because Pikachu's not supposed to speak.
Pikachu, why won't you get in your Pokeball? It's because...
But they didn't understand watching from Ash's mind, Ash himself being a Pokemon.
So you may be wondering, well, if Ash is a Pokemon, why is he able to speak in the human tongue and not only just say his name? Well, there's a few reasons behind this here. We all know that Meowth is capable of talking as well. And the reason for this is because of his sheer will to be able to talk.
As Meowth is an absolute mad lad. And Ash, a character who's challenged so many opponents, despite the fact that he never wins, is also clearly of the same vein of mad lads.
But that is just one theory. Another theory would be perhaps that Ash himself is a Pokemon/human hybrid. So the ability to speak is just granted there.
Yes, as we know, furries exist in the Pokemon world, so this is not too much of a stretch. In fact, furries exist in the Pokemon fandom, to go to show exactly how powerful the Pokemon universe is upon our society.
Why would Ash be a hybrid human? Well, it's because his dad has been missing in the anime all of this time. But it's not because his dad is a human, but because his dad is, in fact, a Pokemon.
Suspicious that the only non-Whammon figure in Ash's household is a Mr. Mime!
However, we are not so dumb to believe that Mr. Mime is Ash's dad.
That's right, it's his brother! No, I'm sorry, never mind.
God damn it. We all know that Ash gifted Mr. Mime to his mother. However, there is an occasion where Mr. Mime is lovingly and touching Delia's or Ash's mom's thighs and going on vacations and other such, showing that they have a very close relationship.
Yes, in fact, they were being shipped by the fan base for generations.
And this goes to show that Delia is, in fact, having relationships with Pokemon, and perhaps even in the past.
We must also realize that we are being skeptical about this. We don't want to say Ash is a Pokemon, but the facts are there, fam. And even if you don't want to believe the whole Ash's mom ex-Pokemon relationship thing and that Ash is a Pokemon because of that, that's fully understandable. There's so many more proofs to this matter. For example, in the Pokedex, when it mentions Ho-Oh, it states that anyone that sees Ho-Oh will be granted happiness and success and shiz. Ash loses every battle. Do you see happiness and success and shiz? Well, I personally do not. And that's why even though Ash saw Ho-Oh in the first episode, since he is a Pokemon, he is destined for eternal failure.
For eternal failure. That's right. It's not because he is a human, but because he is mostly Pokemon, which is why it doesn't affect him. So we have theories as to who Ash's dad or father could possibly be. One is it's the legendary Pokemon Mew, who we all know is a combination of every single DNA.
And in fact, interestingly enough, Mewtwo, as shown in the manga, is a mix of Pokemon DNA and human DNA. So and his big, thick tail is coming out of where most people have dicks.
Okay. However, there is a more likely Pokemon that could be the father, and that is that Ash would be part Ditto. And Ditto has been shown capable of mimicking everything, including humans. In the Detective Pikachu movie, and minor spoilers here if you haven't seen it, there is a Ditto that can do precisely this. In fact, Ditto has been shown the ability to even mimic human speech by mimicking the Meowth in the anime. So this goes to show that Ditto is capable of mimicking human speech and also mimicking humans themselves. So perhaps he mimicked a human with Satoshi's dad or Ash's mom and made a baby.
As we've mentioned, all the strength feats that Ash has, this is a Pokemon-style strength feat. It's no human can carry a 2,000-pound Cosmog unless they're like in a sports anime or something. That just doesn't happen. In fact, he raced Greninja. Greninja's like really fast, fam, and he beat them. What the hell? It doesn't make any sense for a human.
That's right. That's because he is indeed, without a shadow of a doubt, a Pokemon.
I see this as the only logical explanation, and despite the fact that there are so many Pokemon theories on YouTube, no one really touched upon the most important thing of all. I mean, Ash doesn't age. Do most humans age? Yes. Do Pokemon age? Well, we don't know exactly.
And that is the reason why he doesn't age, is because he is a Pokemon, and that is his final evolution.
Thanks.
Or perhaps because he doesn't win any battles, maybe he does have another evolution, but since, he's not getting that XP, he can't evolve. It also explains Ash's ability to adapt to all regions. Just look at how many different forms across all the regions Ash he looks completely different in Sun and Moon. That's because he's able to change his form like a Ditto.
Or, even more likely, this is just a Lola form Ash. Just like a Lola form Diglett has cool hair. A Lola form Ash has Disney animation.
This also explains his disinterest in the Pokemon females. He only has interest in Pokemon, and that is quite clear. All these girls have hit on him throughout the seasons. One has even gotten so far as to smooch him, but he doesn't care. He only has interest in his Pikachu. That, or he could be gay. The jury's still out on that.
Although, he did travel around with Brock, and Brock is as manly as they get, so I don't see why Ash didn't make any moves on him if that was the case. I think it's more likely Ash is a furry. Or a Pokemon, in which case it's not weird at all.
That's right. Not weird.
That's right, we're defending Ash, you hear?
For once. So you may have questions as to why do Pokeballs don't work on Ash. Well, that's simple. It's because he's part human, and humans obviously are not affected by Pokeballs. There's also another theory that perhaps Ash's mom had caught Ash and is, instead of raising him as a Pokemon, raising him as an actual son instead, which is not too far-fetched. Not like that Pokemon. You may also be wondering why Ash can't use any moves since he is part Pokemon. Well, like Meowth, since he's able to talk, he's lost his ability to use moves, but Meowth can learn Fury Swipes. In fact, he's been using Fury Swipes, it's the only move he's got, so perhaps Ash does know a move or two. Perhaps he is a psychic Pokemon, which is also explained the reason why he's capable of understanding Pokemon's thoughts.
Although we have seen Ash exhibit certain moves, like for example, when he turns his hat from facing forward to facing back, I think that that's basically the focus energy attack in Pokemon. So I would say he does exhibit some moves and characteristics.
Ah, so he only knows self-buffing moves. That is an interesting concept. So, with all of these facts, this just shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that Ash is indeed a Pokemon.
In fact, I would go as far as to say that if someone, after watching this video, did not believe Ash was a Pokemon, or at least give it weight in their mind, they're deluding themselves.
There is no human capable of doing all these feats, and you may excuse it as, Noble, this is a kid's show. Obviously, they're just gonna do some silly stuff, and that doesn't make any sense, and there'll be plenty of plot holes, and I say no! This is on purpose! They're deliberately giving us clues.
Yes, absolutely. It's a tragic story of the child Pokemon that didn't even know who he was, traveling through the regions and never actually reaching success because he's a loser and stuff.
Wow. Really digging on this.
Yes, it's a deep, dark tale. Have you ever seen an anime where the main character has never won anything over its 1,000 episodes? No! Every main character has victories of sorts, but Ash doesn't, and it just kind of resets, which is very sad.
So anyway, I need to give a big shout out to my boy Nux Taku for bringing all these dark mysteries to light with me.
Thanks, fam. It's my pleasure. Couldn't have done it without you.
Exactly. His expertise was able to get me to rant about this and show you all the deep dark mysteries that they are hiding. Zero memes throughout this entire episode.
Yep, we were very official about it.
So anyway, please go subscribe to Nux Taku's channel or my third channel. It would do me a solid. He's a good lad and a very smart boy with his theories.
Why, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And anyway, for now, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe for some more quality Pokemon theories and other things. And I hope to see all of you beautiful scholars again next time.
You crazy mother...